Hello everyone, and today we have Avish with us, who has cracked Nagarro, and the location is Gurgaon, right?
The location is Noida.
Okay, Noida for Noida
Yeah,
location.
yeah,
Great. So Avish, like, how was your overall interview experience? We'll like first start with how was the overall experience. After that, we can get into particular rounds and how everything went. So, can you guide us?
yeah. Uh, Hi. So my overall experience is like really nice. If in terms I'm like explain about the Nagarro process. So like as we all know, that like the first round was like a IQ level test that they have given some I think 40 questions around, and they are like giving a 30 minutes to resolve them. So that is like a very nice the logical and the reasoning questions we have, and some are the basic questions also the reasoning. If you are like knowing a basic level of reasoning, then you can easily crack that questions also. And after that, like my first round is completed, so after I think r after an hour, or I think the 2 hour, I got a mail from the Nagarro that you are have been selected for like a next round for the proceeding. And day after like the day after of the interview of the first round, I got a call for the technical round. So they
So
basically give, yeah.
you have like only one round, one technical round that was online.
Yeah. So basically, not one, like they have given me a kind of a MCQ questions in form of a technical.
Yep.
So they have given me 29 OOPS concept questions. So basically that are the questions from only from the OOPS. So like you are not getting any questions apart from it. And there are like I think the 20 questions are from the Java. So basis on the Selenium, there are the 20 to 25 questions we have basis on the Selenium, basis on
Yep.
some frameworks, like the small questions from the some test ng basic overview. So I like the oops concept questions of the Nagarro. That's really a good question of a like a runtime polymorphism. So basically they have written a piece of code on the screen, so you have to select a appropriate output on the basis of the like a given solution. So just like they given a program, and we have to find out whether we got a compile time error, or we get a runtime, or like none of these, or any like exception kind of. So I like the most of the questions from them. And the Selenium questions I have like known apart from 20, I think uh, 10 to like the 15 questions around, and like there are some 5 questions which are very good, so I have not like kind of remember yet right now,
Yep.
but that was like a really nice
So
experience
how will
for me.
you
Yeah.
rate the difficulty level of the online test?
Yeah, so the difficulty level is like if the 5 is the our top difficulty, then 4 to 4.5 is the like the we can say like 4
Okay,
kind
so
of
you
4.
have
Yeah.
to be good in your OOPS concept plus Selenium basic, and like
Yes.
you have to actually worked. If you have worked on any kind of framework, so it will be not exactly easy for you, but kind of you will be able to go through next round. That's the motive of
Yes.
this round, is to screen out candidates. So that's it. Great,
Yeah.
perfect. And after how many days of your second round are you called in for the next round?
My sec the my next round I think takes around 2 to 3 days. I got a mail again that you are clear the like the technical round for the MCQ test. So that round was taken by one of the manager from the Nagarro. So that was a like kind of a dev. I think the dev manager who are like I think the managing many of the teams, and they're also like in-depth knowledge of the many tools like a TypeScript languages, and the JavaScript also, and the Java also. So
So the
if
interview must
yeah,
have been started with your basic introduction. After that, like if you can share, like how it all went after your introduction. What like generally what happens in most of the
yeah,
interviews is that like they start with uh, after your basic introduction, they try to pacify you down and ask some basic questions like Java or Selenium questions. After that, they go to the infrastructure and like your coding part. So how it
Yes.
went in your case?
My mine case was like after the introduction, she have taken from me. So she gave me a scenario like what she said like, can you please open a Amazon site on your screen by sharing your screen, and like suppose enter any like I enter any input like I have. She called me to input a bet, cricket bet, search cricket bet product. So there are around I think 20 to 30 products in the page we have get that time.
Mm-hmm.
So she wants that how can you put a logic in the way that all the 30 products like you are just get retrieving in the console, and also if the product is showing suppose a 5 paginations like if
Mm-hmm.
particular cricket bat company like SS Amazon have like around 150 SS bat products, so we have to move from one by one from pagination to pagination until the product goes end. So we have to get all the names of the product, and with the product name we have a kind of a price under it,
Okay. Okay.
that. So we
So
have to, yeah.
that was live, so you have to open share your screen and open Amazon. So I must say, like at 4 years of experience, that was a kind of a tough question. But like again, if you have worked on it, pagination is something which generally are generally is asked from like little senior guys, but nowadays the things are
Yes.
changing, and you have to be really thorough if you have to like impress the recruiter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, agree. Yeah.
perfect, perfect.
So like we don't have enough time that time because interview was scheduled for around I think the 30 minutes that time, but it goes beyond like around I think 45 to 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So that time, what she wants to know from as an interview perspective, that you in a notepad you just write a small logic. What will be your approach if you're taken a list and using a for loop? Then how can you call the all the products, and how you can you move to the pagination? So I've just written like a small piece of code in front of it, and so she like getting an idea that the approach is like a towards a like a right direction, so
Okay.
that in that way we can move to the like the next question from. So the next question they have put me from mostly from the test ng framework, that they have been asked for me like how can you proceed for a parallel execution, and how and like the how you can have you ever run the script from the maven like from the maven command prompt.
Okay.
So you can write basis on that question, we can write like a question, and she's also have been asked a question. Suppose we have a like more than 250 test cases and
Mm-hmm.
our release is going to happen, and we have a test xml file. So we have a one xml file, and we have like n number of like the classes. So how can you execute all the parallel execution
Okay.
by using a test engine framework? So that time the first concept I came into mind was the packages,
Okay.
that we can use the packages and we
Mm-hmm.
just call them into the xml file, and we can proceed for the execution. So that I have given my like the answer in that way
Okay.
for the. And after that they have put some questions from the extent reports. So they have put a question like we are working in the hybrid framework, and
Mm-hmm.
how can you use extent report so that it can like generate the like the test results in the extent report from all the classes file. Suppose we have a 10 classes file, so
Okay.
extent report should be implemented. We have write a code piece of code only once and it will be implemented. How can you integrate? So extent report in all the 10 classes. So she have put that questions. Basically I like what I noticed, they have put I believe like very less questions from Java.
Okay.
The core motive of that person or from the Selenium, like
Okay. And
mainly the, yeah.
that too in building the framework and like the execution part. So only like you can answer these kind of questions only if you have worked on it, or not exactly like if a question is asked from like let's say extent report, and
Yeah.
you have worked on HTML reporter or or some parallel
Yeah,
reporting
test
tool.
ng reporter. Yeah,
Yeah. So similarly, like you can answer it, or you can just simply never lie on your resume. So
yeah,
let's say if you have worked on Selenium, and like you have not worked on APM, so you can write like, okay, I have hands-on experience in APM or something like that. But
yeah,
so this was great, perfect. So
yeah, correct.
so have they asked you any like coding
Yeah,
coding question?
coding. Yeah, coding was the main focus for the Amazon one, where she so like the approach for writing a piece of code and the logic what we have implemented for the Amazon products.
Okay.
And there is one more question they have put like this is a like a common question we get in the interviews, like how can you suppose we have a 40 links on our like a homepage of a
Hmm.
site, and we have to click on each every page,
Okay.
and we have to fetch the response status of we are getting a
Yeah.
404 or we are getting the okay. But uh, she wants like apart from the http url connection class,
Yes.
what can be the alternative solution and how can we like proceed for that.
Okay.
So that is also like a really good question like I faced that time. So basically I have given like a http url connection first from to like give a solution. The
Hmm.
second my approach is like a quite not that time was good for the solution for the particular solution for the alternative approach, that
Hmm.
how can you bring a like alternative solution for this kind of so
Great, great.
question.
And
Yeah,
one more tip is that if you don't know the answer, that you can read your mind out. So, like
yeah,
whatever approach you are thinking, just think it out loud, so that even if you are not giving the right answer, maybe you are in right direction in the same.
yes, agree.
Like sometimes, like I also take interview, and if the candidate is thinking in the right direction, I try to like support him, so that maybe he can come up with the right solution. So
Yeah,
that was, so that a tip that like always think it out loud. And
yeah.
so have you been asked to write down any program?
Program, she have given only a one program from the string.
Okay.
So, so suppose my name is Avish. So I have so she said to me like in a notepad, can you please write my name is Avish? I have written,
Mm-hmm.
and after the is like after the is letter or word string, we have to put 1 2 3,
Okay.
or so it's like it become my name is 1 2 3, my name is 1 2 3 Avish. So she wants you have to reverse the statement, but
Mm-hmm.
1 2 3 should not be reversed, and also its position can't be changed.
Okay.
Like if you are reverse, then my name is become like Avish become Shiva, and
Okay.
my is Ym, but 1 2 3 should be in a same
So just to
like
rephrase your
position.
question, like 1 2 3, you have to first append 1 2 3 in the statement, and after
Yeah,
that the 1 2 3 should be constant, and it should not change its position even after
yes,
reversing
correct.
the statement. Okay,
Yeah,
so that is also like guys, again, if you are going for an automation interview, so you have to practice some basic questions, and not just basic. So you have to be good in strings and array at least. So that is a minimum requirement nowadays for automation engineer. Great, great, Avish. So after that, like
yeah,
that round, you told us that it went for around 40 to 45 minutes, right?
yeah.
Okay.
So
And
she yeah.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, so she don't have a like that time much time, because as we know that all the organization or the all companies have we have a 30 minutes or like 45 minutes slot.
Hmm.
So after like all the basic questions like high severity and the low priority, and these from the testing side she have also put like ask for me. And apart from that when the all has been done,
Hmm.
so she like asked me that do you have any questions or and all. So
Hmm.
my first question is like that you have not put like ask any question from the db.
Okay.
So like so she smiled and like no, we don't need like a db questions right now, we are just looking for a And I also like asked the question like what kind of a candidate you are looking for like in your projects. So like she like what she said to me like we are looking for a like a individual who can work out like not only limited to Java, like if we are giving a some kind of training into like a TypeScript language, as we have many
Hmm.
automation tools other, so the person can easily grab in a like a very short time, and
Okay.
he or she can like able to work on a like a
Individual,
different. Yeah,
individual contributor.
yeah,
And
correct.
Avish, I have a suggestion for you here that even like when an interviewer asks you that, okay, do you have any question? So rather than like asking these, like always ask
Yeah,
intelligent question. So your
yeah, correct.
second question was like, okay. And
Yeah,
if I would have been in your case, so I would have asked like what kind of work or project, or if you can give me an overall idea about what kind of team I'm getting into, what kind of tech stack
yeah,
you are using. So like this is an evergreen answer and
yeah,
it always works out. Plus the
yeah,
advantage of asking this question is that you can get an insight into what you are getting into, what waters you are
yeah,
going into. And similarly, like if you like probably it will happen that after like giving many interviews, you will have three offers in hand. And if you know like what all like teams and the tech stack which you will be going to,
yeah,
so based on that, like you can mm, select what. So the
yes,
selection criteria becomes great, better.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
so you,
So this, yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
yeah. So like initially you told us that the manager took your interview. So
yeah.
was the salary discussion and the general questions regarding that was in the same interview, or was it
No.
like other round?
So yeah, like day after like 2 days, not 2 days, it takes time like 5 days. So I thought I was not selected because
Hmm.
as generally we thought, and also but we are not getting the email. So I was
Yeah.
in a like a kind of a confusion that what will be like the output. So
uh,
after 5 to 6 days, I got a call from HR and we did like a salary discussion.
okay.
So it goes beyond that. And I like also put a question to her. That last question was what kind of domain you are working. Yeah, like what kind of tool. So
Hmm.
what I like getting an overview from her, like from her perspective, like a Java is kind of outdated. What she like said to me, like people are like nowadays going Python, JavaScript, and like a TypeScript languages.
Hmm.
So she focused on that. In Nagarro we have many tools where the TypeScript languages we have, and we have a like a kind of or automation, like customized automation and our tools. So but when I ask about more for domain, so she like, I think due to the privacy or like a company norms,
Okay.
she have not like explain anything
Yeah.
kind of much.
And this is a two-way street here, that even if you are working on some kind of a BFSI domain,
Yes.
or some team, so I have seen candidates like giving out the information bluntly that okay, I work in this team.
Yeah,
Just when you are introducing yourself, just try to tell the interviewer what kind of tools and tech stack you are working, and not exactly what you're like, not going deep down, and like tell whatever it is available on the net, or
yeah,
it is okay for you to share, but just don't tell everything. So that is
yeah, yeah,
also,
sure.
yeah. So this is the, these are the things which we have to keep in mind.
Yeah,
Great, Avish. And like during the HR interview, apart from salary discussion, is there anything else like your past, like why are you changing
yeah.
your organization or something like
So
that?
yeah, so there is one call from the HR that has been initiated before the any first round of a technical aptitude test. So she called me back again for my expected salary, and after that 2 days, I got a call from I think the head HR from the company.
Mm-hmm.
So he asked some very few questions. The first question like related to like do you have a kind of a visa, any, or you have like work any like foreign countries, have you
Outside
have
work visa.
ever, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have given like the answer. I have not like getting like experience, as
Mm-hmm.
we have like any, I don't have any much experience in this industry right now.
Yeah.
So
these are the
Also,
tactics,
yeah,
to lure candidates.
yeah,
Like most of the organization, they simply ask, okay, you have like visa, or many, like many
yeah,
times I
yeah,
have seen like they are asking for passport also. So do you have a
yeah,
passport? Yeah, we are sending. So just don't, like
yeah.
okay, yeah, go ahead.
and and he majorly focus on that, why you are changing like frequent companies, what is the reason behind that, why are you changing last companies.
Hmm.
So basically I give a like answer for like a learning,
Okay.
and I have also given answer that basis on two experience, I like two experience I did automation, and after
Hmm.
that I got pure manual work in the,
Hmm.
because at the time of interview and after the joining is like a both are the different thing, like what
Yeah.
we got in our
Yes.
hand.
Yes.
So I have said to her, that told to that particular person that I want to like learn my skills and grow up my skills, because
Hmm.
if I stuck to any one like a domain kind of like if I'm doing manual, also I will be like degraded my automation skills,
Yeah.
because where I will be get a chance to
Hmm.
use that. So
Perfect.
basis on the career, so I just, yeah.
So, like, have they matched your expected salary, or was it below your expectation?
So that is like a one LPA below the expectation.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basis on the like
Initial discussion, what you have
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
recruiter. Okay,
yeah, correct.
okay, okay. That's not a
And
big
he,
deal.
yeah, and he focused also on your year of experience basis on the how many years you like get in a stay in a one company. So
Okay.
mine was not like 3 years in a one company, so I have like
Hmm.
1 year 4 months, 1 year 8 months. So I think that is also a main reason.
So, like, again, a recommendation or a suggestion here, that, like, if you are ever asked such kind of question, that
Yeah,
what is your, so rather than giving a direct like answer, just tell them,
yeah,
okay, like I can work for 10 years in organization if my like skills, or like the compensation, whatever you feel like is matching what I'm expecting out of an organization. So I can like work for 15 years also, and that is true to like
yeah, correct.
anyone. So that will be like more appropriate answers. So great, but still, like just be like normal and truthful, so that the because like the thing is that HR interviews 10 candidates like us daily, so they know
Yeah,
what like they hear such stories like after
yes, yes,
every second candidate. So
yeah.
that's, and so after like having a discussion with HR, after how many days you got the offer letter?
I got the offer letter, I think, the 2 days after the discussion. So I
Okay,
got a mail where we have to give acceptance,
okay,
and
okay,
the process of onboarding have been initiated like after a week or 2 week.
okay.
So yeah,
Great, congratulations for that.
yeah, thank you.
And like it has been like how many days since you have got the offer letter?
I think it's around 20 to 25 days
Okay, so have
only
you got
right
any
now.
joining gifts like before pre-joining gifts?
Yeah, I have got like the coffee, cold
Okay,
coffee, like a package. Yeah,
great, great.
and also like a chocolates and
Ah,
like a mug.
I
So
remember, like that's a good
yeah,
part of Nagarro, that even like before joining they send you gifts, and like this is something like if it is if something is good, we should like appreciate it, right?
yeah,
So thank you, Avish, and hope
yeah,
you have a good time at Nagarro or whatever organization you are planning to
yeah.
join. And if like before going, if you have any tip to an interview, like a candidate who is going to appear in Nagarro, so what it will be, like just one line.
Okay. Like you have to prepare on the like the basics, and like any question can be asked from the like the
Yeah,
interview side. Like questions can't be repetitive every time that we generally
exactly. So if you
like
have your
we assume.
basics,
Yeah,
if you have your basics right, you can answer any question. Not any, but still like you have an idea. So like
yeah,
interviewer don't expect right answers. What they need
yeah.
is that like the what is your
Approach
thinking
like
approach, and yeah,
yeah,
perfect. So thank you once again, Avish, and hope you
yeah.
have a good career ahead. Bye.
Thank you, Salish. I would also like to thanks to you that you are helping many technical like QA guys in this field, like giving your videos and all the questions and what should you join and what should company you should not join. So that's really a nice, you are like, you are not getting a paid from these things, but
Yeah,
you are helping out many people.
yeah,
So
great.
that gives a like a right direction too. That's really nice.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye, nice to meet you. Yeah.